What's up, guys? This box barely fits on my desk, because it is the largest soundbar we have tested on our channel, Tech Brothers. It is called Ultimea Poseidon D80 Boom. You know, we already tested some soundbars from Ultimea, but this one comes with 4 surround speakers, a subwoofer, and the soundbar itself. There are 3 drivers in the main bar, and this is 7-in-1 channel soundbar. The peak power of this sound system is 500 watts, making it the most powerful soundbar we have ever had. The Ultimea Poseidon D80 Boom also supports Dolby Atmos, as well as 360 degrees ASL, Surround X, and BassMX technologies. I'm very interested in testing this soundbar and listening to its sound, but first let's unbox it and look at the design. You have already seen the box, and it is really big and heavy. The front of the box shows the soundbar, speakers, and subwoofer, while the back of it demonstrates how they should be positioned in the room. We will try to repeat this layout later when testing sound quality. When we open the box, first we see a black packaging with the name of the soundbar, Ultimea Poseidon D80 Boom. Opening it, we find small boxes with labels describing their contents. You know, I already like the packaging of this soundbar. So here we have the user guide, warranty card, and safety instructions. Next is a package with connection cables, such as a digital optical cable, HDMI cable, and 4 cables for connecting the front and rear surround speakers. There is also a subwoofer power cable. The remote control is in the next package. And the last package contains a power adapter and a wall mounting bracket. That's all the accessories for the new Ultimea soundbar, but we also need to take the soundbar itself, the speakers and subwoofer out of the box. Yeah, this subwoofer is really huge. It has 6.5 inches. As I said before, this is the most powerful soundbar we tested, so it has a large subwoofer. Since we started talking about the size of the subwoofer, let me tell you about its dimensions, as well as the dimensions of the soundbar and speakers. So the subwoofer is 317 by 263 by 218 mm. Its weight is 47-42 grams. By the way, I noticed that the subwoofer is placed and connected to the rear speakers, not to the soundbar. That's interesting, because in one of the previous Ultimea soundbars we tested, the subwoofer connected to the soundbar itself. As for the size of the soundbar, it is not really big. Its dimensions are 400 by 90 by 70 mm. The weight is 1433 grams. All 4 surround speakers look the same, and so far I don't even understand which ones are front and which ones are rear. The dimensions of the surround speaker are 135 by 90 by 70 mm. The weight is 500 grams. When it comes to the design of the Ultimea Poseidon D80 Boom, first I like that the soundbar, speakers and subwoofer are made of the same matte black plastic. You know, we tested the Ultimea Apollo S70 soundbar, and it was made of glossy plastic. To be honest, it was terrible, because it left fingerprints and scratches on it. As for the new Poseidon D80 Boom, you will not see any fingerprints on it, and it is hard to scratch. Now let's take a closer look at the soundbar. Although its body is made of plastic, the front panel and most of the sides have a metal grille. We can see Dolby Atmos, HDMI, and Ultimea logos on top. There are also touch control buttons, such as power, source, Bluetooth, volume down and volume up. The back of the soundbar has mountings for wall installation, as well as multiple connectivity options, such as DC in, front right speaker, front left speaker, aux, optical, USB, HDMI eARC, and HDMI IN. The soundbar stands on 4 rubber feet. The surround speakers have the same design as the soundbar, but they are much smaller in size. They don't have any buttons. The rear panel only has a wall mounting bracket and a connection port. As I said, all speakers look the same, and I think you can use any of them for the rear and front. Finally, the subwoofer has an AC in, a power button, as well as SL and SR jacks for connecting rear surround speakers. It seems that the subwoofer is connected to the soundbar wirelessly. We will check that out a little later, but right now I want to turn on the soundbar and explore the mobile app for it. The app has the same name as the company, Ultimea, and it is available on Android and iOS devices. So first, we see what the complete set of Poseidon D80 Boom looks like. You can click on the question mark icon in the corner and read the user guide. By the way, I have firmware upgrade. My current software version is 7, but I can install the latest version 10. Let's do that. You know, nothing changed in the app after upgrade, but I think some software issues were fixed. The first function in the app is volume control. And next are the power and source buttons, which include eARC, ARC, HDMI IN, optical, Bluetooth, aux, and USB. Probably the main feature of this app and why you will use it is the equalizer. There are 6 sound modes available here, such as movie, music, voice, sport, game at night. However, you can also customize the equalizer as you like. We will check the sound modes later when we connect the full system and test the sound quality. The app also has a settings menu with the following options: prompt sound, auto standby, auto turn off, display brightness, firmware upgrade, and restore default. You know, almost all of the app's functions are available on the remote control, except for the custom equalizer. That's why I don't see much point in it. On the other hand, the remote control is very useful. It has many buttons such as power, input source, volume up, down, play pause, switch to the next and previous track, mute, LED dimmer, and even buttons for adjusting the sound, namely BassMX, mid-range, treble, 6 sound modes, surround, and prompt tone. By the way, it looks like you can use the same remote for the Poseidon D80, because that's what it says on the bottom. Okay, now let's install the soundbar, connect it, and check the sound quality. First, I want to show you this picture showing the soundbar system placement layout. As you can see, the soundbar should be placed in front of the TV, with the front surround speakers to the left and right of it. The subwoofer is located to the left of the sofa, and the rear surround speakers are on either side of it. I have very similar placement, but I feel that the front speakers should be a little further away from the soundbar for a more surround sound, but I cannot move them right now. When it comes to the connection, first you need to connect the power cable to the soundbar and then the power outlet. After that, using the red and white front surround cables, connect 2 surround speakers to the soundbar. As I said before, all 4 surround speakers are the same, so it doesn't matter which ones you choose to the front and back, but pay attention to the cables. The front part of the audio system is ready. As for the rear, first connect the power cable to the subwoofer, then connect the surround speakers to it using the red and white cables. And that's it. In my case, the subwoofer and all 4 speakers automatically connected to the soundbar. As you can see, the subwoofer and rear surround speakers are connected to the soundbar wirelessly. That's great. You know, I like that the subwoofer is next to the sofa, not the TV. I think we can feel the bass even better that way. Let's check it out and listen to some music. First, I want to test the volume level, because this is the most powerful soundbar I have ever had, with 500 watts of power. Although the built-in speakers in my TV are also loud, they have a very flat sound. The sound from the Ultimea Poseidon D80 Boom has much better bass. I can also feel the surround sound, because it comes not only from the front, but from 7 channels at once, 3 from the soundbar, 2 from the front speakers, and 2 from the rear speakers. Let's listen to some more music and watch some movie trailers.
On my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night. On my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think. We talked about that. What are we making Merlin? Uncomfortable. Yes. And Francine, Clark may be a mouse, but he is your partner first. Dr. Fuzzbee. Greg, we talked about that. What are we making Merlin? Uncomfortable. Yes. And
Sample needs to be made.
Thank you for your service. I'm offering you a chance to finish what you started. Loss of engagement. Flexible. Thank you for your service. I'm offering you a chance to finish what you started. Loss of engagement. Flexible.
Security and Asylum joins us now. Dame Angela, thanks so much for being with us and good morning to you. So look, is the asylum system working at this stage as you was hoped it would? Good morning to you. So look, is the asylum system working at this stage as you was hoped it would? You've promised this extra 100 million.
I think you can see, or even hear, the difference between the TV's built-in speakers and the Ultimea Poseidon D80 Boom, because the sound is completely different. The soundbar provides much better bass thanks to the powerful subwoofer. It also has more spacious and livelier sound, if I may say so. You know, it is just a must-have device for a home theater, because it immerses you in the atmosphere of watching a movie. By the way, you can also connect the soundbar to the projector using the Bluetooth. But the soundbar is also good for listening to music or even playing games. Although I used the Ultimea soundbar with the default settings, you can customize the sound to your liking. It supports several sound modes, as well as a custom equalizer in the app. For the price of around $300, this is a really good 7.1 channel soundbar. Thank you for watching, see you soon!